Alright, so before that video, we kind of went over radial collision, went off the rails a little bit. This code certainly looks a little scary in some ways. In other ways, again, I mean, it's Pong. Does it really matter if we're accessing like this? Not really, to be honest. But back at the entity, we did radial. Now let's do AABB. So I'm going to do an inline bool AABB like so. It's also going to take in a transform component like so. And in fact, just to kind of speed up some stuff for us, I am going to allow the paddle to move left and right for now as well, just to kind of iterate something real quick. And back at loop here, we're going to take out this radial. We're going to make this a paddle now. Oop, close that. Here. That was a little crazy looking. So yep, now what we're going to do is do a box collision. So I'm going to move the player over here, and we want to know if this boop happens. So back at entity, aligned axis bounding box collision. So we need a kind of a few things here. We're going to go step by step. So this is going to be my left-hand side's left. We're going to have a left-hand side's right, a left-hand side's top, and a left-hand side's bottom. And we're going to have the same, but for the right-hand side. So here, boom, boom, boom. And I like to separate these ideas with little comments. Left, right. So what is our left-hand side's left? Well, if we look at our left-hand side, we have a position and we have a size. So my left-hand side is going to be my position. Now let's just kind of look at this. This seems a little weird, but we're gonna draw it out again. I think this is going to be very useful. You know what? Let's just go like that. Kabam! And we'll make that one green. Okay. So, because computer graphics draw everything at the top left corner, right there, we know that the position of an object for his left-hand side is there. And technically, it's this whole axis here. And if so, this is position. If you didn't center, technically this is center, but with the way I'm drawing in this example, this is our left axis. So we need to check a few things and kind of define a few things. So if this is our left-hand side, our right-hand side is our position plus our width. If we're drawing from the left, that's also our top. So dot y is our top, dot x is our left. Dot x plus size, so our width, that is our right-hand side. And similarly, dot y plus our size dot y, that's our bottom. So let's go ahead, go back. Our left-hand side is where we're starting. Our right-hand side would be our, get rid of that semicolon. So this would be our left-hand side dot position dot x plus our size. Our top would be our position in the y, and our bottom would be our position in the y plus our size in the y. Like so. And very, 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 very similar. This is going to be our rights. Now, what I'm going to do is just kind of go like that. I'm going to double click on these ones. Like that. So this is our left-hand side, this is our right-hand side. And this is a bool. So we set some temporary variables just to kind of simplify what this looks like here. And then we're going to make a calculation. Now, what are we calculating? Well, the main thing is we want to check a few things. Is my left-hand side, for example, let's draw two boxes here. If my left-hand side is less than your right-hand side, we might be colliding. So this is kind of how I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, hey, if actually not even. Well, for now, yes. We'll simplify this after we watch it work. So if our left-hand side's position, oh, my bad. If our left-hand side left is greater than my right-hand side's right, I'm going to return false. If my left-hand side's rightmost side, so again, if my right side is greater than, so this side is greater than your left, then we could be colliding. So I'm going to say if my right-hand side is less than the other guy's left, and return false. Then we do the top and the bottom. So if my left-hand side's bottom, so if my bottom, and a lot of the time I use my hands for this, so just kind of go like this. If my bottom is greater than your top, we might be colliding. So if my bottom is less than your top, then I'm going to return false. And then let's try the last one. So if left-hand side's top is, so if my top is less than your bottom, so if it's greater than your bottom, then I'm going to return false. If none of those cases are, if it fails to meet all those cases, we must be returning. We must be true. So let's give this a shot here. So we're going to go back to loop here. in our scene, we'll say, hey, we want to call our AABB function, and we want to pass in our stuff here. So scene.renderables at our layers entity, and we want 0 t component, and in this case we want number 1's t component. We want to check, is this true, and is it not true? Grab this and say dot position is equal to last position, like so. Otherwise, this. Let's give it a shot here. Make. Might be because it's a pointer. So let's kind of grab those spots there. Just kind of checking. And let's try to bump this thing. So of course we're going to go over the circle. And let's check. Let's check her. And let's check the bottom here. Let's check the other side. So yeah, we have AABB Collision, and that works fine. Now I did say, hey, let's simplify it. So let's come back over here to Entity. Notice we have a lot of returns here. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in a comment. Really, we're returning one thing. And we're returning these cases. I don't think we need the left there, like that. Let's check it. File save all. Make sure it is saved. And let's go run into the box. Let's check if it needs to be ORs here. Oh, I think I see it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rerun this, and just kind of verify that they don't touch. And I think that's actually accurate. The reason is computers, they tend to do exactly what you tell them. And in this case, we're returning false. If it's these cases, otherwise we return true. And here, I think we need to reverse these signs. Give that a shot. Boom, boom, boom. Give this a test here. Ba, 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 ba. There it is. And yeah, so the original way I wrote it was like checking for it to be false, otherwise it's true. And this is the more verbal approach. If my left-hand side is less than your right, if my right-hand side is greater than your left, if my left-hand side is greater than your right-hand side, if my bottom is greater than your top, if my top is less than your bottom. I wonder if these could be ands or ors here. In fact, it seems to be working just fine, so I would say this is this is perfectly fine here. You could even argue saving these variables is an issue, because technically this is position here, boom, right? And overall, this is quite readable. So we have radial collision, we have aligned axis bounding box collision.